This nail is inspired by a trip to TK Maxx that I haven't actually had yet. Welcome back to day 24. So today we're going to have a play with isolated chrome, which again is one of those techniques which gives me an instant headache. I find sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I'm going to talk you through my usual routine and also explain any kind of mishaps I have along the way. So I start with my base colour and then add a matte top coat. I still find that chrome powder will stick to most matte top coats, so I want to make it more matte, if that makes sense, by going in with a buffing block. And I think I went a bit wrong here because I used a 180 buffing block, whereas I usually use a 240, which is a lot softer. So I'm going to start designing my pumpkin, and while I do that, I'm going to tell you that I actually Googled why it's TK Maxx here in the UK and TJ Maxx in America, but the answer was just so incredibly dull, I'm going to spare you. Anyway, it's normally around this time of year I make a special trip to stock up on what I imagine some people would refer to as Halloween supplies, but I know there's a lot of us that would refer to it as everyday home decor. And I especially love pumpkins, and I collect glass, pink glass in particular. So if anyone can find me a pink glass pumpkin, I'll love you forever. I don't know if you can hear that, but my neighbour's screaming at her 5 dogs again. So once the line work's been cured, you should, in theory, be able to rub chrome powder into the surface and it will stick to the line work and not the mat. Again, in theory. And sometimes I don't understand. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. If anyone's got any tips, please leave them in the comments. I use Magpie gel paint, which generally works really well for me, but today it wasn't always sticking to the black, but it's sticking to the matte very well, which is what we didn't want. But I do have a top tip for this, and it's basically a bare finger. So I take my gloves off and just a clean bare finger is enough just to rub the surface. It takes off the chrome from the matte and it puts it where it's meant to go. I don't understand why it works, but as you can see, it does. So yeah, I'm going to patent it. Nixie's fingering technique. So then I finished up by adding some cat's eye gel, which is always one of my favourite products to use. Then some jelly gel on top, and then a third layer with some clear hard gel to give it that really 3D glass effect. And that's the final result. I hope you enjoyed it. I also hope that next door's dogs stop barking and my neighbour stopped shouting at them. It's very distracting. Anyway, see you back tomorrow for day 25.